How to command your reality from the first moment your eyes open. Before the world demands your attention, there is a silent command center within you, an uncharted kingdom of thought waiting for its sovereign. Imagine that kingdom as soil. Until you sow the seeds of intention, nothing grows. Today, you stand at the threshold of that fertile ground. Your heartbeat drums a primal rhythm, echoing one immutable truth. You have the power to shape your inner world, and in doing so, you inevitably reshape the world around you. Choice is your sovereign right. Every second, every breath, offers a crossroads: resist or renew, doubt or decide, shrink or soar. When Thomas Edison awakened before dawn to resume experiments that the rest of the world deemed impossible, he wasn't merely tinkering with light bulb filaments, he was commanding reality. He chose persistence over despair, purpose over comfort, long before success flickered to life in his workshop. His triumph wasn't luck, it was a declaration: I command the laws of nature to yield to my vision. And nature did. Now, you may ask, but how do I issue my own command? It begins by forging an unbreakable alliance between belief and focus. Let's step into that forge. First, mindset. Your mind is both the battlefield and the temple. Warriors win by mastering both the clash of arms and the serenity of prayer. Similarly, you must cultivate mental vigilance without sacrificing inner peace. Be aware of every thought that crosses your threshold, as though you were a vigilant guardian at the palace gate. When doubt appears, greet it, unmask it, and then return it to harmless anonymity. Replace every "I can't" with "I choose to," and watch the walls of limitation crumble. Next, belief. Belief is the wind that fans the embers of intention into roaring flames. Henry Ford believed in affordable automobiles when roads were dirt and horse-drawn carriages reigned. That belief powered him past ridicule, debt, and repeated failures. Here's your invitation: believe in an outcome so compelling that every cell in your body vibrates with its possibility. Train your subconscious to reject small dreams. Dream in bold strokes, see the full painting before a single brush moves. Clarity follows belief. A compass without a North Star is useless. Envision your goal in vivid detail: the sounds, the textures, the emotions. If you desire to build a legacy business, feel the weight of your first contract, hear the applause of clients whose lives you've changed. Write down that vision until its contours are as real as the contours of your own hand. Whenever you stray, return to that vision, let it be your magnet. Then, purpose. Purpose is the heartbeat of sustained action. Without purpose, discipline decays into drudgery. With purpose, the mundane transforms into ritual. Andrew Carnegie, born into poverty, decided his purpose was to lift others through steel, education, and philanthropy. That purpose propelled him through decades of labor, and even today, his foundation educates minds around the globe. What is your purpose? Define it not in vague platitudes but in concrete contributions. How will you serve, uplift, or heal? Discipline is your next ally. Discipline wields the small choices that compound into mastery. It's rising before the sun, even when your pillow begs you to linger. It's saying no to minor comforts that undermine major dreams. Discipline means doing what needs doing, long after initial excitement fades. Picture your discipline as a muscle: the more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Start small, a daily hour of focused work, a single healthy habit, and then expand until discipline becomes instinct. Action is where your commands meet reality's resistance. It is the crucible in which visions are tested and tempered. When the enemy of progress rears, fear, procrastination, the opinions of others, meet it with calculated action. Split your grand vision into daily tasks. Then do today's hardest task first. When you conquer that, your sense of command intensifies. You realize the only barrier between you and your dream was inaction. Gratitude fuels your engine. It is the oil that keeps the machinery of your spirit running smoothly. When Oprah Winfrey reached the apex of television success, she credited daily gratitude for keeping her grounded. Each morning, list 3 things you cherish, no matter how small. Let gratitude prime your mind for abundance rather than scarcity, for opportunity rather than obstacle. Adaptability is next. Reality is fluid, economic shifts, technological disruptions, personal trials. If you cling to one path, you risk fracture. The bamboo bends in the storm, the oak breaks. Cultivate flexibility. When a plan derails, ask, what can I pivot toward? Remember how Netflix transformed from DVD mailings to streaming giant by reshaping its business model ahead of its competition. Command doesn't mean rigidity, it means steering the winds, not resisting them. Resilience springs from the well of unshakable purpose. It is the capacity to absorb setbacks and convert them into fuel. Winston Churchill, when Britain stood alone against tyranny, refused surrender, not because he was naive, but because he knew that even in the darkest hour, a single spark of resolve could ignite the dawn. When adversity strikes you, professional rejection, financial strain, personal loss, dig deep. Ask yourself, what lesson hides in this blow? Then, like a forger lifting red-hot steel, retemper your will to a greater strength. Learning is your perpetual ally. The universe never stops teaching. Every interaction, every failure, every success carries a blueprint for growth, if you pay attention. Cultivate a scholar's humility, seek out mentors, devour books, embrace feedback. When Sarah Blakely invented Spanx, she paid for her own typeface, schooled herself in patent law, and taught herself marketing through trial and error. Today, she stands as a testament that learning is the unending bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And through it all, hold gratitude close once more, for command is not a solitary crown, but a shared illumination. Recognize those who have aided your ascent, the teacher, the colleague, the silent supporter. Celebrate your victories, but also the community that made them possible. Finally, let this final crescendo rise, you are not a passenger in life, you are its conductor. The instruments at your fingertips include mindset, belief, clarity, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, resilience, and learning. When you wield them in harmony, your reality bends to your will like a vine around a trellis, growing upward toward the light you choose. Command your reality today. Seize your sovereign right to shape thought into destiny. The world awaits your decree.